Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, our topic for today is all about computer programming and different types of programming languages. This is our lesson 1 of Introduction to Computer Programming. According to the dictionary, a computer is an electronic device for storing and processing data. The modern computer nowadays that we have can perform a sequence of arithmetic or logical operations in just a second. Yan. And this computer is composed of CPU or central processing unit. This is the heart of our computer. This is where all mathematical and logical forms of processing are done on data. Next is memory. When we say memory, it remembers things such as data that needs to produce information. Next in memory is input and output device. This output device, the data that have to come into the computer by first entering them through input devices is called input and output device. Ano ba yung mga input and output device na nasa ating computer? Ito yung mga keyboard, mouse, yan, monitor. Next is software and all the application that are installed in the computer is called software. Yun. Computer today come bundled with some software already installed in them. So yung mga naka-install sa loob ng computer ay software po yun. Yung mga hardware naman po ay nakita natin or naka-connect sa ating computer ay ang tawag po doon ay under po siya ng input and output device. And the computer cannot do anything without instruction. Dahil po ang computer ay isang machine, hindi siya makagawa ng anumang process or execution without this instruction. Itong instruction ay tinatawag nating computer program. It's a sequence of instruction that a computer can interpret and execute. Ayan. At itong computer program ay sinulat o ginawa ni programmer. Yan. Si programmer, the programmer writes the computer program and this computer program will give the computer instruction. Ayan. Yan. A programmer is an individual that writes, creates computer software or application by giving the computer specific programming instructions. Yung nasabi ko. At itong, bago makalimutan, itong computer, itong instruction na naiintindihan ni computer ay isang language. Ang tawag sa language na ito ay programming language. No? Programming language to ang instruction na language na naiintindihan ni computer. Ano ba tong mga example ng programming language? Ito yung mga Python, Java, C++, yan, Visual Basic. Lahat yan, kapag maging programmer na kayo, malalaman nyo naman ang mga different types of programming language. Yan. Si programmer din ay gumagawa din siya ng nagsusulat siya ng program gamit din ang text editor. Ayan. With the text editor, the programmer creates a text file, which is an ordered list of instructions, also called the program source file. The individual instructions that make up the program source file are called source code. Lahat ito, kung medyo malabo pa sa inyo, don't worry kasi sa next nating mga lesson, i-discuss ko to yung mga text file, program source file, para ma-familiar din kayo sa mga programming terms na to. Yan. Yan. And this computer program has two classes. These are operating system. The operating system will manage the computer and the various resources and the device connected to it. Ano ba yung mga device connected to it? Ito yung RAM, hard drive, monitor, keyboard, printers, and modem. Next class of program is application program. The example of application program is web browser, music player, video player, and etc. Ito yung mga example ng ating application program. And the computer can understand binary language. Sabi ko nga, ang computer is a machine. So, hindi siya nakakaintindi ng human language. At itong programming language na naintindihan ni computer ay binary language. Itong binary language ay represented by the value of 0 and 1. So, itong nakita nyo yung binary number 0, 1 yan. Yan. All data used in computer system is represented using 0 and 1. Paano ba to gumagana tong 0 and 1? Halimbawa na lang natin, pag 1 daw, 1, imagine nyo na lang, mayroon tayong, may lumakad pakalawa. So, 1 daw yon. Pag pakanan daw, ay 0. So, dalawa lang pagpipilian ni computer. 0 at 1. Pag sample lang yun na scenario, parang ganun yun. Tapos, mas madali siya because the binary language can understand by the computer because it easy to understand in hardware level. Ayan. Next, yan. Types of languages. First is the machine language. Itong machine language is only understand by the computer. Yun. Dahil ang machine language is represented with the help of binary format as 0 and 1, yung hexadecimal and octadecimal. Yun, katulad kanina, yung pinakita ko sa inyo, di ba sabi ko nga, computer is a machine. So, ang binary language yung naitindihan niya o machine language. Ito, dahil gumagamit si machine language ng binary format kaya naiintindihan ni computer. Itong mga binary format ng halimbawa, ang gusto natin magsulat ng 120. Pag sa machine language, pagbabasa to ay pag isulat mo siya 111100. Ito yung equivalent ng 120 sa machine language. Ayan. Machine language is very difficult to understand by the human beings. Yun nga, dahil nga number siya, binary format siya, no? O machine code, yan. Isa pang terms sa mga binary number. 11100 is mahirap talaga siya. Ikaw ba naman mag-isip ng 11100? Feeling ko hindi mo talaga siya madali maintindihan. Yan. Modifications and error fixing cannot be done in machine language. So, yung pag magbabago ka is at maghahanap ka ng mga, kapag nagkamali ka dito ay mahirap na ay hindi mo na pwede siyang baguhin, no? Yun ang ibig sabihin nito. Machine language is very difficult to memorize. Yun nga, ikaw ba naman sa ulo ng 111001111, ewan ko na lang kung okay ka pa. Yan. Execution is fast in machine language because all data is already present in binary format. Ayun nga, dahil nga si computer is a machine at automatic na naitindihan ito niya, itong machine language, yun, dahil nga gumagamit siya ng binary format, yung execution niya o yung bilis ng paggalaw, yun, pagbuo ng data ay mas mabilis kay computer dahil si machine language ay naiintindihan ni computer. dahil sa binary format o machine code nito. Yun. Next is assembly language. Dahil nga medyo nahirapan ang programmer din kay machine language, they invented this assembly language. Assembly language is only understood by human beings, not by the computer. Dito naman sa assembly language is mas naintindihan siya ng, ng tao kasi nga ang data na rin-represent ng assembly language ay mnemonics such as move, add, sub, and. Ano ba example ng assembly language? Halimbawa, itong machine language natin, no? Itong machine code na ito o binary format na to, yan, itong binary number na 011 001 01 011 01. Ang ibig sabihin niyan ay pag 5 plus 6 daw, 5 plus 6, ito yun. 011 001 01 01 110. Di ba parang hindi mo siya mag-gets kaagad? Di ba? Ano yan? Mga ganon. Pero pag sa assembly language, ayan, gumamit tayo mnemonics na add for addition, no? 5, 6. O, di ba mas madali? Naitindahan mo as a human being, di ba? Mas naitindahan mo yung assembly language. Yun. Assembly language is easy to understand by the human being as compared to machine language, okay? At ito yung process flow ng assembly language. Mayroon tinatawag tayong assembler. Ito yung assembler, ito yung nagko-convert ng language, yung in-input ng user. Halimbawa, ito yung mnemonics, no? Sa assembly language, di ba yung symbol, mnemonics, na add 5, 6. Si assembler siya yung mag-convert to machine code na 01, 01, 001, and so on yan. No? Siya yung translator dito sa assembly language. Para maintindihan, sabi ko nga, para maintindihan ni computer ang programming language o instruction, dapat ito ay naka-binary code o machine code. Dahil nga, ang naiintindihan lang po ni computer is machine language. Yan. Kaya, mayroon tayong assembler dito. Yan. Itong machine language and assembly language, the level of this language is a low-level language. When we say low-level language, it is considered as a machine-friendly language. It requires an assembler that would translate instructions. It is not portable. It is difficult to understand. It is difficult to debug. When we say debug class, ay ito yung mag-fix ka ng error. Kapag yung program mo ay may error, i-debug mo yun. No? Pag magpo-program na rin tayo, kung magpo-program na tayo dito sa ating klase, ay ipapakita ko naman, masasanay kayo na mag-debug. Dito sa low-level language, mahirap siya i-debug or mahirap hanapin yung error, no? Or ayusin yung error dito sa low-level language. It consumes less memory kasi nga sa low-level language ay doon na mismo siya sa computer, no? Sa machine language ay mas madali siyang ma-access yung memory ni computer dahil ay friendly nga tong low-level language kay computer. Next is high-level language. Programmer invented this high-level language because may kulang or mahirap din kasi itong assembly language, no? Bakit? Halimbawa, itong assembly language ay nababasa naman ng human being, kaso lang kapag mayroon tayong mahabang source code, ayan, Pag sinabi natin source code ay yung list of instructions, yun. Pag may mahaba kang source code, mahirap siyang hanapin dito. Kaya, nag-invento ng ng ibang language o level language ang mga programmer. Kaya tinawag itong high-level language. Ano ba itong mga high-level language na to na user-friendly sa ating mga programmer? Python, yan, ano pa? Java, yan. Mga Visual Basic, yan, mga high-level language yun sila. So, when we say high-level language, it is considered as a machine-friendly language. It requires a compiler interpreter to be translated into machine code. It can be ported from one location to another. It's easy to understand, it's easy to debug, it is less memory efficient, it consumes more memory in comparison to low-level language. Bakit kaya? Siyempre, sa low-level language ay doon mismo siya sa machine language. No? May access ka agad kasi sa ang low-level language sa memory. Unlike kay high-level language na wala siyang access, no, sa kay memories. Kaya mas nagko-consume ng more memory si high-level language. At may tinatawag tayong method para ma-translate ang high-level language natin to machine code. Yan. At tinatawag natin itong compilation and interpretation. These two methods are used to translate your program into a machine code or in the machine language so that the computer can easily understand what your instruction. Yan. In compilation, there is a compiler. Ito. High-level language, first is the compiler. Ang ginagawa ni compiler ay i-compile niya yung program. Yan. Then, it will return to the high-level language to machine code. Yan. While in interpreter, it will read the first line of your source code, then it will pass it to the machine language. Yan, i-convert niya lang yon to machine code. Yon. Then, pagkatapos niya i-convert niya yung first line, ay i-read niya na naman yung second line. Then, convert it to machine code para maintindihan ni computer. Next, yan. Convert niya ulit, i-read niya yung third line mo, convert to machine code, tapos ipapasa kay computer. Yan. Hanggang paltutin lang yan. Hanggang last na yan. Para mas maintindihan nyo yung difference ng compiler at interpreter, ay ikukwento ko siya, no, in real life scenario. Halimbawa, si Berting, ayan, ay gustong magpaayos ng spaceship niya kasi gusto niyang umuwi ng Earth. Kaya lang, ang kayang makaayos nito ay isang alien. Sa example nito, si Berting ay si programmer. Ang spaceship ay ito yung gusto mong gawin na data. No? Ito ay data. Tapos, si alien ay si computer. Ayan. Si alien o si computer ay hindi niya maintindihan ang sinasabi ni human. Kahit pa ito ay may instruction. Yan. Ito yung instruction ni Berting. Kasi ang naiintindihan lang ni alien ay ang kanyang lingwahe, ang ang alien language. Yan. Kaya, nakaisip ng paraan si Berting. Tinawag niya ang dalawang translator na nakakaintindi ng salita ng alien. Sila ay si compiler at si interpreter. Yan. Halimbawa, Berting ay pinili si interpreter para i-translate ang kanyang instruction upang maintindihan ni alien. Ayan. The interpreter will read the first instruction, then translate this into alien language. Yan, blah blah, yung translate niya yun, yung first line natin, no, into alien language. Dahil dyan, naiintindihan na ni alien. Kaya, nag-start na siya mag-ayos. Next ay yung second line ulit. I-read na naman ulit yun ni interpreter, tapos at ipapasa niya kay alien. Itong ganitong process ay masyado siyang mabagal kasi i-read niya pa yung first line, second line, every line ng iyong instruction bago niya i-convert into alien language. Kaya maghihintay pa si alien. No? Ang kagandahan lang nito ay kapag nagmali si Berting ng instruction or may word doon na mali, malalaman niya kaagad. Kaya, pwede niya pa iyon mapalitan. Dahil first line, check, second line, check, na-check niya kaagad gamit si interpreter. Yan. Yan, pwede niya kaagad niya papalitan. Kapag mapapalitan niya, tuloy ulit yung ginagawa ni interpreter. Next naman ay si compiler. Ang trabaho naman ni compiler ay i-convert niya yung list ng instruction mo into alien language agad-agad. Tapos ibibigay niya ito kay Berting. Tapos si Berting na mismo ang magbibigay kay alien. Tapos si compiler na alis na kasi yun na trabaho niya, tapos na trabaho niya eh. Kinonvert niya na lang yung buong list mo ng instruction, tapos binigay niya kay Berting para si Berting na mismo ang magbibigay kay alien. Yan. Sa parang ito, mas mabilis mag-execute ng data ang computer o si alien. No? Mas mabilis siyang gumawa or gawin yung instruction mo. Kasi hindi na siya kailangan maghintay katulad kay interpreter na binasa niya pa yung first line tapos ito bibigay niya kay alien. Dito kay compiler, isang instruction niya lang, kinonvert niya lahat, tapos wala, ayun na, binigay niya na yung buong instruction kay Berting, si Berting na yung magbibigay kay alien. Ang pangat lang dito ay huli mo na makikita kung nagkamali ka sa kuno. Ayan, huli niya na makita ni Berting na nagmali pala siya, dapat ang linagay niya is positive. This is the comparison of the interpreter and compiler. Sa interpreter, runs slowly, start right away, and lets you see the result. While in compiler, extra preparation, but then program runs very quickly and efficiently. Sa interpreter, di ba, mas slow siya kasi kailangan pa maghintay ni computer kay interpreter dahil nga pag nagbabasa siya, nagko-convert siya ng instruction one by one. Tapos, i-convert to machine code bago pa maintindihan ni computer. While si compiler, isa lang. Yung list ng instruction mo o source code mo, isa niya lang yun na i-translate sa machine code. Kaya mas mabilis na na-execute yung data sa computer. Next is types of languages. Dahil alam na natin yung types of language, di ba, yung machine language, assembly language, at yung may level din tayo na language, ito ang tinatawag nating low-level language at high-level language. Sa level naman, meron din tayong tinatawag na middle language. Itong mga middle language ay inimbento dahil may future sila ni low-level language at ni high-level language. At ang example ng middle language ay C at C++ kasi may future po siya ng low-level language at high-level language. Ang C at C++ kasi ay pwede siyang pumasok sa memory ng computer. Yun yung future niya sa low-level language. High-level language naman ay yun nga, gumagamit din siya ng mga object. So, yun po. The next topic is procedural-oriented programming and object-oriented programming. The differences of POP and OOP. POP, short term for procedural-oriented programming, and OOP is short term for object-oriented programming. The program in POP is divided into small parts called functions, while in OOP, the program is divided into small parts called objects. Procedural programming follows top-down approach, while in object-oriented programming follows bottom-up approach. There is no access specifier in procedural programming. Compared to object-oriented programming have access specifiers like private, public, protected, etc. In POP, adding new data and function is not easy, compared to OOP that adding new data and function is easy. Procedural programming does not have any proper way for hiding data, so it is less secure than to OOP that it provides data hiding, so it is more secure. In procedural programming, overloading is not possible. While in OOP, overloading is possible, in procedural programming, function is more important than data. Opposite to OOP that the data is more important than function. Procedural programming is based on unreal world. And while the object-oriented programming is based on real world. The programming languages sample of POP is C, Fortran, Pascal. While in OP, the example of programming languages are C++, Java, Python, C#. That's all. I hope you have understand the programming terms and the different types of languages in computer programming. See you in my next video tutorial. Bye!